There are other reasons why they lost last night. And many people will ask about the coach. When you see all the time that went off before they punted that football, when you see the somewhat lackadaisical plays on the final drive, not getting out of bounds the correct way, not getting your feet down the correct way, what looked like an absolutely terrible final play. How much blame deserves to be placed on Mike McCarthy today, Rex?
Well, I mean, as a head coach in those situations, you're the guy that has it. So to me, yeah, I mean, he's got to call timeout before they punt the ball. That was absolutely ridiculous. He didn't do it. That's a huge mistake. But I know what you're coming to, Greedy. I know everybody is saying, what, RC? What are they saying?
What are they saying?
Right now they're saying, is Mike McCarthy going to be the coach? And here's what we know. Mike McCarthy's not changing. Dak Prescott is not changing. What is that natural progression to win a Super Bowl? And if you had an infinite amount of time, you can allow Mike McCarthy to get there. Jerry Jones does not. And Jerry Jones doesn't want to win a Super Bowl. Jerry Jones needs to win a Super Bowl. But he is making this decision based on mortality. Not the mortality of their Super Bowl window, but his actual, literal mortality. How many years do I have to live to see my team win a Super Bowl? And that means he can't wait. That means that Jerry Jones doesn't get tomorrow. Jerry Jones doesn't get next week. Jerry Jones, for sure as hell, doesn't get 2 or 3 years from now. So Jerry Jones is going to make this decision based on what he needs, on what he needs to feel alive, on what he needs to feel whole. And that is a championship. The man got more money than anybody in the NFL, but he wants another ring.
And see, that was where, at first, when we talked about it this morning, I was like, there's no way they're going to fire this guy with 12 wins. When RC said that, I'm like, look, I know this about Jerry Jones. He cut his right arm off to win another Super Bowl. And so, you know what? Is that right arm Sean Payton? I don't know.
Well, the last time his team was in the NFC Championship game, he was basically the age I am now, back when they were winning Super Bowls. And that's a very, very long time. Well, just think about that. So I agree with you. Would Sean Payton make a difference? If Sean Payton was coaching this team, would Dak Prescott look different than he did last night?
I would imagine yes, because Sean Payton is such a phenomenal offensive mind, the way he sees things. I think the question is, does Jerry Jones have the same onions as Howie Roseman? Howie Roseman, who's the general manager for the Eagles a couple years ago, decided, you know what? I don't like the way this is looking. I'm going to fire Doug Peterson, and I'm going to get rid of Carson Wentz. And I think a lot of us, myself included, was like, wait, what? What are you doing? You're firing a head coach that is a phenomenal coach, won you a Super Bowl, right?
Super Bowl.
Carson Wentz, you just gave him $1 gajillion, and I thought he was going to be a tremendous player for the future. And Howie Roseman said, no, you think Philly's happy with that decision now? As they sit here blowing the doors off the Giants this past weekend? I don't necessarily think that's the way for the Cowboys. But to your point, Darcy, time ain't on his side. And if he wanted to get done, maybe he goes, I got to be more like Philly. I got to be more like Howie Roseman and blow the whole thing up.
In the movie Fallen, Denzel Washington is chasing the demon, right? And time is on your side is playing, and he touches people and he jumps into different people. They need to touch somebody else. Jerry Jones need to go touch another coach. And listen, Mike McCarthy did
Payton, right?
Mike McCarthy did a phenomenal job this year. I thought he coached extremely well. He made this team better than they were last year. Again, you fail in the end. Again, at the end of the game, you look like you have not practiced those situations, and whoever that falls on, it ends on the head coach. If Jerry Jones wants to see a championship in his lifetime, the rest of it, I believe he's going to have to make a very difficult decision.
And that decision might be to hire Sean Payton, who I'll remind you has been on his staff. They know each other well, which means that Sean also knows some of the peculiarities of taking that job, where Jerry Jones has a weekly radio show and is talking to everybody.
For $20 to $25 million, I will take a job with the freaking Crypt Keeper.
I'll take it for 19.
I do not.
Rex is ready to go. Okay. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.